In order to make a homing movement, limit switches must be assigned in the I/O device parameters. Today we'll be using SoMove to modify the device parameters. We begin by connecting to the device with SoMove. The parameters that we need to be explicitly working with are found in the P2 extended section, the I/O assignment. In our example, we have an input assigned for servo on, another input assigned for move to home position, and we have an input assigned as a reference switch. However, when we trigger a homing movement using our go to home input, nothing happens. The motor doesn't move. And this is because in order for a homing movement to be triggered properly, additional reference switches are needed, specifically limit switch negative and limit switch positive. So we're going to navigate to the parameters. In our example here, we're going to assign input 7 as a limit switch positive. We're going to assign input 6 as a limit switch negative. And for our demonstration, we are going to use normally open contacts. Normally open contacts were chosen because then I don't have to do any wiring. I don't actually have to connect wires. Next, we simply save the parameters to the device using the safety EEPROM icon. And we can now test it. Notice the actual position of the motor is some negative value. We're going to look at the I/O in real time here, and we're going to turn the servo on. We're now going to trigger to start the homing movement by triggering the second input, input 2. Motor motion is now taking place. We can see that by looking at the position actual. It's located at the bottom of the screen. When motion reached the reference switch triggered and the motor finished making a homing movement. And now we can see the actual position is 0. We're basically finished, so now we can disconnect from the drive and we can save this parameter file.